that I use in fall decorations and all. And this is a good time to talk about light mechanics, because earlier our yarrow had grown out in the garden. And let me show you. I'll walk around here. We're watering our garden now, but okay. This is the area that the yarrow was located, and it had gotten so big that we had started crowding out the squash, and production had dropped on the squash because of low light. So by cutting the yarrow right now, instead of waiting a little while, we are allowing the squash plants to fill in, and our production will not decrease at all. So let me show you. We are now irrigating the garden. I guess you can hear, but we also have so many beautiful young squash that are coming on, and I've been just picking big, beautiful zucchinis for weeks now, so we're really proud. This is probably the next yarrow here. Earlier I'd made a mistake in the lettuce plants. I told you that the yarrow would get so big that it would crowd out. Now you can see the size of the yarrow plant and how they've fallen over, that they interfere by shading out some of the other vegetables. So yarrow will be harvested today, and that will allow our row of zucchini and squash to flourish and take over where the yarrow was. Now we've got the row cleaned of the yarrow, and we've trimmed it back to the ground, and that has allowed the squash in that row, see how they're already reaching for the light. This is light mechanics, allowing plants the time and the sunlight they need to develop. And when we're raising two crops at one time, like yarrow and squash, it's very important that the yarrow be harvested in a timely fashion so the squash can take over its place quickly. Now, we have cleaned off the yarrow from the greenhouse, and that light mechanics has allowed us to have much more light inside the greenhouse, because no longer does the heads of the yarrow shade the greenhouse. So this is the mechanics of light, making sure plants have the time and light intensity they need to develop in place. We have our next generation of clones for our patients, and we have just started them, and they will be on a 24-hour light cycle. We're doing this very economically with our 15-watt bulbs, and we can use them just so close. It's really costing almost nothing. Our electric bill was a very reasonable $108 for all three greenhouses, household, and irrigating this half acre. So we had no complaints on the electric bill last month. So we will follow this, and this is Jim Fritz, and remember, always, today is the day to move our onions forward from our petunias, and I'm going to show you about what it looks like. This is just see, by moving the bags apart, it gives the petunias more room in the sunshine to develop. And that is light mechanics also. Knowing when the plants quit developing when they get too close. And by moving the plants apart, then we leave them where there's space in the sunlight to develop. And that's also good for the onions too, because they have more sunlight. So let's see. One more. Oop. Okay, now let's take a look. We'll step back here a ways and see what we've done. Wow, that's pretty amazing. So now we have the row of petunias as well as the vegetables spread apart. And now on the other end we'll start with peppers. Now if you will notice, the whole row all the way, including the peppers at the end of the row, are spaced further out. So we've weeded 1 foot of row, moved the onions over in the light where they have sunlight to develop, and this has allowed the petunias to have more sunlight so that they can develop too. So this is light mechanics, and something that we must remember. For crops to develop right, you must give them their days in the sunshine. So let's take a look as I walk through here. Wow. That has been truly a miracle for our gardening. And notice the weeds on the edge. We're clear over to the gravel now and still growing our onions. There's no transplant shock, and look how beautiful the peppers are. It's clear into July 10th now, and we are getting bugs now. Caterpillars are starting to be a problem, and I love to endorse products that are natural, and this is one of them, Caterpillar Killer, and it's safer products. And this is Bacillus thuringiensis, and this is actually a disease that rots the caterpillar stomachs, and it's especially wonderful for petunia budworm, because if you spray these plants every 10 days or so, just enough of it, and it's totally biodegradable, and it's not even poisonous to humans. It's a disease that caterpillars catch. So also all your broccoli and cole plants, make sure you spray them, and also for those green tomato hornworms, this is actually really good. So broccoli, tomatoes, cauliflower, cabbage, and petunias even will really especially benefit from the safer Caterpillar Killer, and it's totally organic and biodegradable and harmless to human beings. Today is July 11th, and we're going to make a garden salad today, and I thought I'd walk you through the garden, and we're going to pick some broccoli and maybe a few other vegetables that's so plentiful right now. You see the white butterflies skidding across the garden. Those are future caterpillars that's going to eat our broccoli, and they've got a surprise. We put on Bacillus thuringiensis, and it's really pretty effective. But right now I'm going to pick some succulent broccoli, and we're going to start out with broccoli for a salad today. The little sachet through the garden has yielded us with cucumber. We've got 2 small squash, lots of lettuce, Swiss chard, and the whole bottom of the bowl is filled with luscious broccoli, oh so tender. So this is just one day's picking, but we've had pickings every day for weeks, and we've been enjoying. We'll add a few chopped onion tops to this and have a wonderful, with a few bacon bits, we have a wonderful salad for lunch or dinner. Add tuna fish and egg to it, have tuna fish sandwiches and salad. And we might as well enjoy it because time with the lettuce is coming to an end. We've already cleared the row in back, and that's with our spinach plants that are done. Now we're going to leave them in place, and this is going to be another row of cannabis plants as soon as the lettuce dies. This will be the last crop for the year, but we'll raise it in full sunshine. So I'll get back with you here in a minute, but we'll show you more very interesting things from James Fritz, the Hippie Dippie Gardener, and we're going to have a salad for lunch. Maybe a few, I wonder. I tried. You know, I think a salad should be kind of a work of art. And that's why we've even used the Swiss chard, the little bits of red and white and gold. And we have the squash and the cucumbers, and look at the bits of onion over tops of the broccoli. And there's your lettuce. And then as the touching masterpiece of the salad, we've decorated it up for table use, and look at there. Doesn't that look like a beautiful lunch for July 11th out of our little Cubanics garden? And I don't think I think even a little addition of the cannabis leaf there, if they're young and tender, they really don't detract from the taste, and I think they're non-harmful. So that's another edible from the Hippie Dippie Gardener. July 11th, and Charlotte today is helping us pick cherries off our cherry tree, and boy, what a harvest we have. These, Frank Hardwick gave these to me 18 years ago. Hi Charlotte, how you doing?
Hi Jim, all these cherries are beautiful.
Aren't they pretty?
They are.
And I'm going to teach everybody how to make a homemade cherry cobbler out of cherries by the time this film is over.
Oh, that sounds good.
Over here we got Joe. Hey Joe, how you doing?
Good.
He's hiding behind the bushes eating cherries. So, hey Joe, how you doing?
Get enough for cherry cobbler.
Yeah, it's going to be hard. I think Joe would eat more than he'd pick. All right, well this is July 11th, and our little garden is doing beautiful today, and we're in the process of eating and picking cherries, and boy are they beautiful. Wild turkeys. Fun?
Give me a shirt.
Are you having fun?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bring me the brush.
Hey Melissa.
Hey.
Yeah,
Are you
let's get
taking
tiki.
a video?
Yeah?
Yay. We want some video.
Are you guys having fun?
Yes. Mom.
Okay. Okay, go swimming again?
Sure.
You want to go swimming? No? Okay.
Bailey Joe.
Bailey Joe. Looky here. Looky here. Ooh. Oh, you cute. Oh, you cute. Yes, you are. How you doing? We're sitting out here at the tiki